I'm sitting here inside of the Homestead with Jamie Attaway, who is the Director of Sales and Marketing. So could you please tell us the history of the Homestead?
Yes, the Homestead was built in 1927.
Now, because this was built in the 1920s, what type of amenities are in the rooms?
They're very gracious rooms. We try to keep them warm and inviting. We have pretty good views of Evanston, especially on the top floor. Nice open windows. And, every single room, all 90 rooms, are different.
Oh, okay.
They have different paintings or different decor with basically the same amenities. We have a library. Okay. It's also in the Williamsburg style, of course, and we have a complimentary breakfast every morning. Sure. The salon is for many things. We have private parties here. Quince uses the salon for graduation parties or private events.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jamie. It was a pleasure talking
Thank
to you.
you.
And I know that right across here there is the Quint's restaurant. I'm sitting here in Quince with the General Manager and Wine Director, Joe Ziomek. Now, I was here quite a few years ago when it was Trio, and I loved it. It was delicious.
He moved on, and the hotel decided to take the space over once again and put together a restaurant that would fit in a little bit better with the more approachable kind of old world style of the hotel itself. And thus Quince was born.
Okay. And so tell us about your staff that you have here.
Well, we have people from all over. Mark Hannon is our chef. He's actually a New York native, but came to us from Miami. He was working at Azul Restaurant in Miami before here. We have Chef Jeffrey Sills, our pastry chef, is actually from Iowa. Right.
How do you decide how you're going to pair the food with the wine, or the wine with the food?
Yeah, well, and it can go either way. That's a really good question. The best way for me to start when I'm pairing a wine with a dish that Mark has come up with is to just try something. You know, I'll take a guess, maybe a somewhat educated guess, obviously, from having done this a few times before. But I've got certain wines that I'll have open, and I'll try a sip of one with the dish. And from there, that's the launching point. I'll be able to say, okay, this wine has too much fruit, or this wine has too much oak, or this wine doesn't have enough spice to it. And from there, I can go to a wine that I know is going to have some of that attribute that maybe was missing with my first attempt.
Well, in the next room, we have a couple of chefs.
Yeah.
The pastry chef and also the head chef.
That's right.
So I'd like to talk to them. So I'm in the kitchen here with Mark Hannon, the chef of Quince, and he's got some things that he's prepared for us. He's going to walk us through what a meal that you're making.
We have the red wine braised short ribs with Roquefort risotto. What we're going to do is we're going to start with a little salt and pepper. What we do is we go ahead and we put it in the braise, which we have some of over here. Which you put it in the braise for probably about 5 or 6 hours at 250 degrees. At this point, you just go ahead and add the risotto. Here, what we do for service is we'll cook the risotto probably 3/4 of the way, so that way it doesn't take, because cooking risotto from scratch takes probably 25-30 minutes.
Very elegant. Beautiful.
There it is.
Well, pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you too.
And I'm standing here with the pastry chef, Jeffrey Sills. And Jeffrey, you've got something that you're going to make for us today?
Yeah, we're going to make rhubarb consomme. And this is probably the best way I've ever seen to cook rhubarb. It keeps it, it cooks it just enough so it's, not much like when your grandma cooks the rhubarb. What I'm going to do is just take a little bit of this jam, put it on the bottom, take some of our confit rhubarb. Just going to take a little bit of streusel, going to clump it together so it doesn't, mess up our nice. It's going to take a little bit of the whipped cream, throw that on top. A little bit of the granulated honey for added sweetness. It's a kind of different kind of sweetness. And then we have our little baby
rhubarb?
Baby rhubarb.
Perfect.
So this is how it's going to get presented to you at the table.
And I want to thank Joe and
everybody else here for being so friendly and showing us the restaurant and the hotel and residence.